On July 16, 2015, TLC officially canceled 19 Kids and Counting after a 2-month suspension since May 22nd. The show became the second TLC show to get canceled due to a molesting scandal. The first show was Honey Boo Boo, since last year in 2014. Now 19 Kids and Counting has followed its footsteps. Thank you, TLC, for getting rid of both of your reality shows that had no business on television in the first place. If only ABC could do the same thing with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I can't believe these shows have been on for so long. For the love of concrete, pull the plug on them already. It's now time to react.
Just blaze. Yeah. Yeah. Check me out now. Yo, check me out now. Yo. Yeah. Put your hands in the air, everybody. Come on. Where them dogs at?
So word on the street is 19 Kids and Counting has officially been canceled after a 2-month suspension. Why? Because of the same thing that happened to Here Comes Honey Boo Boo with June Shannon dating a child molester. The oldest and firstborn son, Josh Duggar, back in 2002 and 2003, when 14 to 15 years old at the time, sexually molested 5 girls, including his sisters, Jill and Jessa. Now, I don't know who are the other 2 sisters that he sexually molested as well. I just know it's Jill and Jessa. If I had to guess, maybe the other 2 were probably Ginger and Joanna. What? His sisters? His sisters? Josh, who was a teenager at the time, was curious about girls, so he would feel on the 5 females, including his sisters' breast and vaginal areas while they were asleep. And the other female that was involved was a babysitter. So this happened like 6 to 5 years before the show existed. His parents, James Robert Jim Bob Duggar and Michelle Duggar, knew about his sexual molestation. Apparently, according to Jim Bob, Josh was crying and told his parents what he did, leading him to get help by going to therapy, plus turning him in to the police. Okay, so I can understand that Josh, being a teenager at the time, was curious about girls, and his hormones were obviously going wild. But sexually molesting his own sisters? His sisters! He was feeling on his sister's boobies? Not to mention a babysitter? I mean, that's like a teenage girl curious about boys, and she all of a sudden goes in her brother's rooms feeling on their pecs. So Michelle said that it was hard for her to tell the children about Josh's absence. Michelle would tell them day by day, you know, Josh has done some very bad things. And it looked like she's about to burst into tears. All right, come on, Michelle, let it out. And then she goes, and he's very sorry. Aww. Well, I hope he is. Josh did apologize, saying, hey, I'm sorry what I did years ago. I acted inexcusably for what I did in the past. And his sisters, Jill and Jessa, forgive him. And yeah. Man, sexually molesting 5 females. Why couldn't he just sexually do it to a pillow, pretending it was a girl? Anybody knows how all the 19 Duggar kids' names begins with the letter J? Ginger's name begins with a J instead of a G. Like the Kardashians' names start with the letter K. Come on. You might as well call them the Kardashian Duggars. 19 Kids and Counting. Reminds me of Dane Cook talking about he wanted 19 kids. And he would name one of their kids. Followed by talking about he would name his kids Transformers. That'll be great. Oh yeah, just to be like, Optimus Prime, come here for a sec. I want to talk to you. Here, you sit next to Megatron. We're going to have a little chit chat here, okay? I'm the Commander in this. Brrr! I said no cookies. I bet that's where Dane Cook got that from. He probably got that from 19 Kids and Counting, and he thought he'd be funny by talking about having 19 kids. Oh, man. I am such in a good mood right now. I am so happy 19 Kids and Counting are canceled along with Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, this is great. Now, let's talk about June Shannon. Mama June was upset 2 months ago when TLC suspended 19 Kids and Counting instead of canceling it at the time. She basically was saying that, people were saying that both the families' situations were different. Mama June doesn't think they are different. And she was saying, I didn't molest anybody. I didn't touch anybody. I think it's effed up to my book. First of all, no one cares about your book. Second, you may not have molested nor touched anyone like Josh did, but the child molester you dated molested and touched your daughter, Anna. So you sound very hypocritical, you buttermilk walrus. Third, Mama June has a point. 19 Kids and Counting should have quickly canceled instead of suspending it. Why do that? The jig is up because the whole world knows about Josh's sexual molesting. But Mama June, here's the thing. The show is now canceled, so you can stop your witching and complaining. Mama June, shut up. Go sit down and drown your sorrows eating Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm sorry, but this woman just drives me crazy. She must have been hungry at the time. That's probably why she was so mad. E.T., I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. I could eat a horse, even though I'm already one. I'm so glad both of these reality shows are gone. And it looks like the Duggar and Shannon Thompson family are history. Thank you, TLC. You know what you're doing. Keep up the good work. It looks like there is a sign that there is a reality TV god. These two shows had no business being on TV in the first place. I mean, no offense to the Duggar family, but seriously, you guys did not have any business being on TV, especially that Shannon Thompson family for Honey Boo Boo. America was not learning anything from any of those two shows on the television learning channel. ABC, you need to get rid of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. How are these two shows still on? I can't wait to do a rant on these two shows whenever I can. And the funny thing that really drove me crazy was the woman that interviewed Jim Bob and Michelle. She asked them, so do you think TLC is going to cancel a show? Megyn Kelly. What kind of question is that? Seriously? Do you honestly think TLC will be dumb enough to let the show continue going? I don't think so. TLC are not that dumb, okay? Whatever came out, it came out. So, of course, they were going to cancel the show. I mean, come on. It's canceled now. TLC were not going to stoop that low saying, well, that was years ago, so for the sake of 19 Kids and Counting, we might as well continue the show. No, TLC don't get down like that. Come on, Megyn Kelly, really? And besides, even Jim Bob said himself, hey, if we get canceled, I mean, we'll just continue living on with our lives. Thank you, Jim Bob. You know what you're talking about. Thank you. Now, I know some people wouldn't be like him. Some people probably just say crap like, oh, well, if our show gets canceled, I don't know what we would do. We'll probably lose it. We'll probably go bankrupt. We'll probably be doomed for life. Jim Bob wasn't like that. He didn't say that. It's too many molesting, rapes, child pornography going on in this world. Hey, did you guys hear about what happened to Jared Fogle, the Subway guy? Be seeing his commercials about how he lost weight and stuff like that from eating Subway. Yeah, did you hear about that? The FBI went to his house and found some child pornography. I was like, no, not the Subway guy. I mean, if you look at him, he just seems like a regular nice guy who wouldn't harm anyone. Man, I was shocked about that, but I guess that goes to show. They may look like a real nice guy and harmless on the outside, but on the inside, they could be some effed up people. Yeah. So of course, Subway fired him. I mean, man, is child pornography found in his house? What? And don't get me started on Bill Cosby, man. Bill Cosby, man. And that's one of Ben the Looney's favorite comedians. I wonder how Ben feels about this. I know Ben probably sees Bill Cosby in a whole new way, man. I know he was shocked about that when he heard about Bill Cosby raping all those women. Man, Bill Cosby. Man, I tell you, I cannot look at Jell-O pudding ever again. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, man, I thought about saying that, see if anybody thought that was funny. I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to let Bill Cosby's rape case stop me from eating Jell-O pudding. Screw that. We talking about chocolate pudding, man. Oh, my goodness. But, man, Bill Cosby. Ooh, pudding pop. Honey Boo Boo and 19 Kids and Counting. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye forever from TLC. What do these two shows have in common? Two shows didn't deserve to be on TV in the first place. No one wasn't learning anything from neither of these shows, and both were canceled due to molesting scandal reasons. June Shannon dated a child molester who molested Anna, and Josh Duggar sexually molested his sisters and babysitter. That is so embarrassing for the whole world to know what Josh Duggar did. I mean, my goodness. Anyways, this has been my video about and celebrating 19 Kids and Counting officially being canceled. So tell me your thoughts about the show being canceled. Oh, and in the links in the description box, you can check out interviews of Jill and Jessa confirming that Josh molested them. The other video about that they forgive him. And the other video about Mama June so mad about 19 Kids and Counting when they got suspended before they got canceled. So check out those three links in the description box. And let's continue to react. Let's celebrate. Woo! Yay!
Got chickens ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. Round and round we go, circle the area. Leave the party, go straight to the Marriott. Dozy dough with cowboys where they saddle at. Rodeo with 20 foes on the Cadillac. What your name is? R.E.D. Crack cost Monday. But the E is